Namaste, good morning, and welcome. I'm Christina with JBYF Yoga Foundation, and we are here for my home in Puerto Rico. And I wanted to say a happy good morning to everyone here. Blessed morning. Just give yourself some time to get grounded and settled as we work through our heart chakras. Good, good. And then what you'll need today is your straps, and you're going to need a blanket. And for me, I am using a beach towel to use as my blanket since I don't have one. And this is going to be used for being placed under my knees. So I will share you with that in just a second. So bring that and gather that. Awesome. And for those of you just joining, welcome. Namaste. I'm Christina with JBYF Yoga Foundation. Before we begin class, please be sure to subscribe to our channel so that you can continue to receive our daily offerings of yoga classes, tutorials, and educational materials that will further develop you in your yoga journey. Today we're going to begin with more of a mellow flow, really just more grounding, and also a heart opening since we are focusing on our Anahata chakra today. So really working on the expansion of letting go of what doesn't serve us and opening up to make space for what does. What you'll need today is your strap, or you can use a rope, or you can use any type of material that would be sustainable for you as a strap to help you balance. And then, like I said earlier, for those of you joining in, you can grab a beach towel, or you can use a blanket, or even a pillow. We're going to utilize that for underneath our knees when we come to our knees in just a moment. So let's go ahead and come to a seated position. I always like to sit on something, and when I sit on something, I'm only sitting on it on just the bones of my pelvic floor. So I'm not sitting on top of it and then defeating the purpose. I want my pelvis to tilt forward, and then I'm going to lift up. And then from here, go ahead and close your eyes, or you can keep them open, focusing on the water behind me. As you never know, you might see a sea turtle popping up from time to time, as we have a lot of those here. And then just once you feel comfortable coming into a sacred space, let all the energy just drop down into the pelvic floor, and then roll your shoulders back and lift your chest. And then taking the hands either out down by your sides or backs of the hands to your knees, pointer finger and thumb touching here, allowing your eyes to be soft, soft gaze. And counting to about 3, 4, or 5 on your inhale. And exhaling to 3, 4, or 5. Inhaling to 3, 4, or 5. Pausing gently at the top. Exhaling deeply. Allowing yourself to open up into awareness, lengthening the spine up through the crown, pelvic floor pressing down slightly forward. Feel the air around you, notice the texture, notice the sensations on your skin. Notice if it's hard for you to sit still. Notice if you're fidgety. This is all signs of the heart chakra of imbalance. Notice who comes up for you, what comes up for you in the space of meditation. Deepen the breath as you visualize, almost as though you can hear the sound of your breath, or you can take your hand in front of your face and exhale. And when you feel your breath on your hand, then go ahead and close your mouth, and as though you were doing that sound, offer the exhale through the nose. as though you're sighing, or if you got upset with someone, you just offering that exhale out the nose. And this very powerful exhale is known as your Ujjayi breath. Maintain this breath for you, or visit one of our other videos that shows you a really nice detailed way of getting into Ujjayi breathing. Inhale, bring the hands together and the palms touch, and from this space interlace the fingers, reach the fingers up, reach the hands up. Inhale, lift up, and then exhale, tilt to the left, root through the right hip, roll the right shoulder back, look up, inhale to center, exhale to the right, roll the left shoulder back, press down through the left hip, gaze towards the beautiful sky. Inhale, let's come back to neutral. Exhale, clear the space. Take your hands behind you, lean back, release the legs, go ahead and windshield wiper the knees from side to side. And let's get the whole body into it now. So we're gonna take the knees all the way over to the left and take the right hand over, coming off of our supported seat and looking behind us, kind of like a mermaid stretch. And let's inhale, come back to center. Our tushies might just graze past our supported seat, and then let's come all the way over now to the right. Releasing through the feet, releasing your gaze behind you, drawing the belly up and in on the exhale. And then preparing to remove your supported seat to the side for a moment, roll yourself back to center on an inhale and draw your knees, hug in, round, and roll yourself back up. Take the hands behind your thighs and take your knees apart, hip distance, feet apart, hip distance. Lengthen nice and proud through the spine, and maybe even remove the flesh from the sit bones so your bones of the pelvic floor push down into your seat. And then from here we're going to start to roll back, pull the belly up and in, rounding through the lower spine just until we get just to that sweet spot where we can lift the arms up and then pull yourself back up. Take the hands under the thighs and pull yourself forward, and then round the spine. And then inhale, roll yourself back up. Reach the arms forward, lift the chest. And exhale, fold. Inhale, roll yourself up. Gaze up. And exhale, around your spine. So totally opening up your heart space. Beautiful sensations around you. How blessed we are today. And then this time we're going to lift the legs. So lift the right leg up, look up. Stay lifted in the upper body, heart opening to the sun. Release the right leg down and lift the left leg up. Engage your thigh muscle and draw your thigh closer towards your abdominals. And then release your foot down. Inhale, lift the arms up. Biceps frame your ears. Pull the belly button in. And pull yourself up. I know it's a challenge. Roll forward, and we're going to just release here. Maybe give yourself a nice little hug from side to side. And then let's come back to center and roll ourselves up. Take the hands behind us. Fingers can point away from you or towards your glutes. Press into your feet, lift up, reverse table, big heart opener. 3 breaths. Opening up the shoulders, And then exhale, let's come down to our seat. Extend the legs out long in front. Reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees here. If your hamstrings are very tight, you can also reach for your strap. Place the strap around the balls of the feet. Sweep the feet together. Squeeze the thighs and come up a little bit. And then inhale to lift. Pull the navel in. Exhale, begin to pull yourself forward right until you find that sweet edge and we sustain. Give yourself permission to melt into the sacred space here. This is a space to let go of any attachments. Pulling the pinky edge towards your face. Keeping the shoulders back away from the ears. And then let's use those muscles from the back body and pull ourselves back up. And then let's take the right foot into the inside of the left thigh, keeping the strap on the left foot. This is a sweet spot to take your blanket or your block or coconut if you're on an island, and use it as your support system, okay? And then lengthen nice and tall, torso towards that left leg, and begin to slowly, maybe even taking your right hand right to your hip flexor, begin to pull yourself forward and down. And then just allow yourself to melt into this space for about 5 to 10 breaths. We'll be here. You're going to hear the silence. That's me holding the space for you. Remember to breathe. That ocean breath. Slowly begin to make your way back up. We transition by bringing our feet together, and I'll just turn to the other side so you can see. And then from this space, we'll transition, extending through the opposite side, drawing your foot in. Right leg long, left foot in. You want to bring your hip back, so you want to keep the hips nice and square, okay? And now let's get all of our supports. From this space, torso in the direction of the leg that's extended, and then lifting, we exhale right into the hip crease the hand is, and we fold forward. So we're folding maybe even from that hip crease. And lifting up more, lengthening through your spine more. If you have tight shoulders, your elbows are going to go outward, so work towards drawing them in if they're not tight. And if they are tight, just observe where you are today. And we work on that together in other practices that we have, in other videos that we have to help you. And when you're ready, let's begin to slowly come up now. On your breath, we release the strap. We don't need it right now. Arms up. Exhale, bring the hands down. Bring your feet together, please. Thumbs to the insides of your feet. Knees out. We'll take it here for 3 breaths. from this nice space, bring your knees together. Turn over to the left, and we're gonna go ahead and come to hands and knees. From hands and knees, this is a space where I encourage you to use your blanket, use your props. Make this comfortable for your knees, please. And then you wanna also have the folded edge towards your knees more than the jagged edge, okay? Just more comfortable, especially right from the tibia. So now we come up onto the hands and knees, and let's come into that beautiful cat-cow. Drop the belly, lift the chest. You want your wrists over your shoulders. This could be a very small movement. This could be a very exaggerated movement. Untuck the toes, round the spine. Tuck the head, push the ground away from you. Belly draws up and in. And then again, and continue 5 more at your breath pace here. Just observing your breath. No need to try too hard. You're already working through asana, so you don't want to have to also work on asana and think about your breath and think about all the things. Just give yourself permission to feel. Just feel the feelings. Feel all the things in the body. And then breathe. And then as you begin to breathe, we develop a strength for one particular style of breath and then another. The next time you pass through a tabletop position, pause, tuck the toes, and then take the hips up to the sky, downward facing dog. Extend the legs. Exhale, draw the knees down, coming back through cat tuck, and then open up into cow. Round through cat. Tuck the toes, downward dog. Exhale. Inhale, come back to all fours. Drop the belly, lift the chest. From cat spine, come through, downward dog. And one more time. Inhale, come through all fours. Nice and strong upper body. Round back, downward dog. Step the right foot forward. Inhale. Help your buddy out. Ankle knee alignment. Left knee down. Walk your hands up your thigh. Look forward. Inhale, reach the arms up if that's for you. Keep scooping the pelvic floor under, looking up. One more breath. Hands come to the heart space. Take your right hand to the right hip. Left hand, left thigh. Option 1 is here. Start to look over to the right, gazing over your right shoulder. Or arm lifts, the right arm lifts, kind of like an arrow. You can come into Gayana Mudra. Pointer finger and thumb touch. You can extend the left arm if you wish. Let's come back to center. Inhale. Exhale, release the hands down. Make your way into three-legged downward facing dog. Plant the hands, extend the right leg up towards the sky. Straighten the left leg. You can also have your left knee on the ground. On your next breath, release your leg back down to the earth. Inhale, roll yourself forward into all fours. Drop the belly, lift the chest. Exhale, downward dog. Left leg lifts, step the left foot forward between the hands. Release that knee down. We learned how to bring the knee in a prior video, so go back and watch that. Press actively through your toes and begin to pull yourself up through Uddiyana Bandha, Mula Bandha, and then reach the arms up. Pubic bone slightly tucks forward here. So you're really belly rising, belly pulling in, right? Opening up to that thoracic spine as you lift, pulling those ribs up. This is that heart opening space, right? Then from here, let's bring the hands back to the heart space. Let's take that left hand to the left hip. I'm just going to turn to the other side so you can see that. For those of you that are there, please continue. Right hand, left thigh. Look behind you. Good option. You can extend that left arm. You can extend the right. More advanced, you can extend the leg. Kicking through the heel. 3 more breaths. Inhale, back to center. Hands to heart. Hands come down, 3-legged downward facing dog. And very kindly back to our all fours. Knees wide, child's pose, get a stretch. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Inhale, come up through all fours, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. This time you have the option to remain on the knees, or you have the option to stay lifted. On your next breath, lift the right leg. Exhale, step the right foot forward. Stay lifted on that back heel. Isometrically draw everything in towards the midline. Start to walk your way up, hand on thigh, right? Melt into the space, scoop the pubic bone forward, open up the arms here, draw the arms up if you like, nice and strong for 3, for 2. Squeeze the thigh muscles, squeeze everything nice and active. 1. Left hand, right thigh. Right arm opens. 3, 2, 1. Back to center, lunge. Hands down. 3-legged downward dog. And release. Left leg lifts. Step it forward. High lunge. 3 breaths. 2. And 1. Right hand, left thigh, left hand behind you, twist. Right arm. Beautiful. Cartwheel the hands down to the earth. Step back, 3-legged downward dog. Come down to knees. Lift up high. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, release the hands by your sides. Press into the backs of the lower back. Tuck your toes. Lift the chest. Squeeze the pelvic floor forward. So, you really can't squeeze the pelvic floor, but you can squeeze your inner thighs as though you're squeezing a block, and then lift up your chest. Stay here. Maybe interlace opposite elbows for those of you that cannot go all the way down right now today. And just give yourself a little heart opener. Interlace the fingers. 3 more breaths. And now inhale, let's come back up. Child's pose, release the toes and pull your hips back and melt here. We're going to do 1 more. So let's rest here for 3 breaths. And now let's inhale, rise back up. Exhale, clear the space. Prepare, so you're gonna tuck your toes. Knees about 6 inches apart. Roll the shoulders back. Right hand on your ankle, maybe the left hand on your ankle. You're gonna pull your heart, lifting it up towards the clouds, reaching your hands down towards the ground. If you have blocks, use your blocks. Pressing forward, lifting the heart. No need to crank your head back. You want to just gently let it rest as though someone was cupping your head in their hands. And if you can lean your head back and continue talking, breathing, and singing, so if you want to chant Om Namah Shivaya, you are in the pose. Couple of breaths. Opening up through the shoulders. Thoracic spine is lifting. And then now we're going to slowly pull ourselves up. You can slide your hands up your legs. Reach the arms up. And exhale, we're going to come into child's pose. Untuck the toes. Hips go back. And arms reach forward. Rest here. Let's take 3, 2, 1. Inhale, rise back up. Coming into all fours, take the right arm out to the side, thread your needle, right arm under the left, shoulder down to the ground. Stay here, option 1. Left hand can come out towards the corner edge of your mat. You can lift the arm up. You can take a bind if that's for you, reaching behind you. Some of you really enjoy engaging through the right leg and playing with lifting the left leg, so you can play with that if you like. So lots of options to play with. And when you're done, you'll slowly unwind and unbind. All meet in all fours. Left arm lifts, so you'll see the back version. Exhale, thread the needle. Shoulder down to the ground, ear down. You can place a pillow if it's uncomfortable. Right hand forward, up, or behind. Breath. Laying all the way out onto our bellies. Remove any support that you have. Arms out in front of you, legs long behind you. 3 breaths. Bend the knees, lift the chest, press into the hands for modified Sphinx or modified Dhanurasana. 3, From there, you will take your Shavasana. We have a storm approaching, so I need to wrap it up. May you have a blessed rest of your day. Namaste.